Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Danny on Big Blue Power Hour, getting you ready for the Giants and Washington Commanders game today. I'm going to talk a little bit about the previous week. Obviously, we all know Tyrod Taylor started last week. Bring our co-host on in a second. But just talk about the week previously for the Giants. And let's see. So last week, tough loss to the Bills. I thought the defense played outstanding, and our offense again was absolutely garbage. Uh, only scored 9 points, had a bunch of opportunities to score. Now, in reference to Tyrod Taylor, I thought Tyrod Taylor played well. He definitely earned his way as a backup. He definitely gave some opportunities to score some points, and again, they had no touchdowns. And it's been about 13 quarters since they scored a touchdown, so over 200 minutes. So I would like the offense to get going, but a couple positives. I think the offensive line looked good. I did not expect them to look that good. Just give a thumbs up when you're ready, Stacy. Bring our co-host on in a second. I thought the offensive line played well. I thought having Barkley in the game made a big difference. It opens up your offense a bit. They were able to move the ball in between the 20s, and still no touchdowns, so not good enough. Had a big screw up at the goal line. At the end of the half, ended up not getting any points whatsoever. That's one of the things that cost us the football game. But there's a lot of other stuff that you can't, mistakes you can't make for a team like the Bills. But holding them to 14 points, I thought they did an excellent job. What's up, Stacy? What's going on?
Hey guys, sorry, running a little
That's
late
all right.
this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Are you ready for football Sunday?
Hell yeah, got my giant
So,
shirt on. I'm ready. Let's beat some Commander ass.
is there anything you would like to say about last week's game? It was a loss.
It
Being a
was.
loss, but
We definitely showed progress.
yeah,
It was great having Saquon back there. I
yeah,
mean that
exactly.
it totally changed the dynamic of the game. But Tyra, I mean, aside from that blunder at halftime when you, God, just fucking spike the ball, something. Let's at least try to get 3 points on the board. You
Yeah,
don't
well,
run it. Like, what?
well, the thing about that is they were supposed to pass the ball, and I know Tyrod Taylor checked it to a run, but I wouldn't have given him that option. I would have just been
No.
set the pass play
Yeah.
and not giving him the option to really
No.
audible.
Either
And
a incomplete pass, something, just something to
you got
stop
to
the
get
clock, even with
points.
the
Like
second.
even if you
Yeah,
don't score
exactly.
or you don't turn the ball over and you pass the ball, you're probably stopping the clock. You're probably getting at least 3. And who knows, maybe we're kicking for a game-winning field goal, win 15-14.
Right,
Uh,
exactly. And it
uh,
was a tough loss, man.
it's definitely a tough loss, and
Tough
the,
loss.
the penalty at the end is tough also, but you can't
No,
really blame it exactly on that
no, you
because
can't
they
because
had
there was some
opportunities
calls
to
that
win
went
this
our
game.
way too. Yeah, they definitely had opportunities.
Yeah.
You know,
So, but I definitely been hearing like a lot this week. Like a couple of things I took from the game was, I thought the defense played as good as you could play. I
I
don't know
mean,
what
come
I don't know
on,
what
look
else you
what they
want them
did
to do.
to that Buffalo offense.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
mean,
what else you want to do. Diggs, they did well with Diggs. Deontay Banks played well.
mhm.
Having Justin Pugh in there obviously is a big help. You noticed it
Straight off
right
the
away.
couch. That was classic, man.
So,
Straight off the couch. I was
and
dying.
I like having Pugh, but he's not a tackle. I know he went out and played left tackle. He did well in that position, but he's a guard. He's like a left guard. And they signed Trey Phillips,
Yep, I
so I'm
saw that
interested to
too.
see
So
if they will play him this week or they'll, because he was in this offense last year and did well when he played for Thomas. But you're not going to have Thomas again. You're not going to have JMS. You're not going to have Parrott. So those are the 3 guys that are going to be out.
mhm.
And I
So
think
is
Neal's
Jones still a game time
Jones.
decision
I
or?
think it's a game time decision as of now. My
Mhm.
guess is he's not going to play. But Dable has not been very clear the whole week about
Mhm.
if he's in or out. He's like, oh, we're gonna take that day by day. We're gonna take that day by day. And that's what Dable likes to do. So he really hasn't given information to me. I think you'd
He
be
doesn't like to show
cautious.
his cards.
Yeah, I think you should be cautious and not play Jones. But I don't know what the injury is. They haven't necessarily said. When you just
Just
say neck, it
neck.
could be a
Yeah.
strain, could be a stinger, could be something worse.
Could
They were saying it could be
re-injured
like
what he
last
did the
year.
last time.
Yeah, he's saying it felt like it did last year,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if it's the same thing. Yeah, I really can't tell. But he's been throwing the ball. He's been on the side. He's been throwing.
Yeah,
He
I
hasn't been
see
in
he's
full
been
practice,
practicing.
but he's been throwing the ball. But my guess is he's not going to play. I would guess Tyrod Taylor's going to play
Mm-hmm.
because he played. I thought he played well. And if you can get Neal to play a little bit better, he played better again last game. You could get Pugh in there. You can have a Zudo at left tackle. If you could have some semblance of also what's a lot of get Barkley going early in the game, I think they have a chance to win. To win, but
I mean, technically, this is a must win for us. I don't want to say
I
that,
would
but
I,
if
I would
we're going
say
to
so. They
turn around our
typically,
season, we need to start now. I mean, we
yeah.
should
I
have
mean,
started, a couple weeks ago, but
yeah,
that's
their
neither here
schedule
nor there.
definitely gets easier, starting with this game. But
Yeah.
Washington's 3-3. I mean, they're not the worst team, and it's a
No,
rival, and you never know what's going to happen at a rival. But
we've
going,
always played them very tough.
yeah, it seems like Barkley plays well versus them. But
Mm.
going back to last week, it's a tough loss. It would have been really nice to get the win, but just the offense just can't seem to score when it needs to,
Right.
especially in the red zone. And we were good in the red zone last year.
Can't always count on Gano's foot.
No.
And 7 or 3. Come on. Let's get the 7 points on the board.
Well, here's a comment. Life with Zilla says Bill Belichick got a lucrative new multi-year contract for the 2023 season. Before the 2023 season. Yeah, no, I don't think he's never going to leave there. Life with Zilla. I don't think he's ever leaving New England, to be honest. I think they're just going to keep him until he's like 80 years old or something like that, where they're rolling him out there.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. My brother's out there watching somewhere. I just have one thing to say to him.
Yeah, but
I love you, bro.
Hello, brother, to Stacy. Hope all is well today.
He just sent me a text, and it's a picture of the two of us, and he says my TV just broke.
Oh, great! That's nice.
He's so sweet, isn't he? Now he's laughing. Yeah, asshole.
It says,
sorry.
Life was these are two of my friends, Joe and I'd say what pays his nickname. We're kicking their dogs. Yeah, they don't like Bill Belichick. They're two huge Patriot fans, and they don't like it. They want Belichick gone. They appreciate his service, the 6 titles, but now they're like, all right, I'm over it now.
Time for you to go. Yeah.
Well, because if things aren't set up the right way up there, if you don't have the consistency at the quarterback position and overall for the roster, he's not going to do well. I don't think. I think him and Brady were the perfect match.
They were.
And
now you look at him and it's like, gee, what happened to you, Bill? I mean, you ain't done shit since Brady left. So maybe you weren't as great as everybody made you out to be.
Yeah, another really positive thing for the Giants, even though it's been a disaster of a season, Deontay Banks is having a hell of a rookie year so far. The rookie corner. Deontay Banks is playing really well, and I'm pleased to see that. I'm pleased to see that he is steadily improving. And it looks like so far that Shane hit on that pick. And I just like the way he's looked so far.
I'd really like for them to get Hyatt more involved, though.
I agree. They started to last game, I noticed, but I think a lot of people were saying, I read a couple of things, saw some stuff that he wasn't really getting the playbook right away. So that might make sense. That may be why you haven't seen him out there. But as the weeks have gone, you see him out there a little more last week. He was a little more involved last week. And, someone like him has to be involved. But the guy that I'm kind of disappointed with is Paris Campbell.
Yeah, well, you haven't even really...
he hasn't made an impact at all. And I know he's not like a number one or nothing, but Paris Campbell hasn't really done much for us. He has 40-something yards and like not even 10 catches. Like he hasn't done much. So got a comment here. Life with Zilla says, Giants win at home today. The offense will improve inside the red zone today, and the defense will continue to improve as well. Barkley will have a huge game. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like they always seem to play well versus Washington,
Mm-hmm.
and Barkley seems to play well versus Washington.
And the
He had
fact that
no,
we're at home.
yep, he had no setbacks this week.
Mm-hmm.
And late in the game last week, he looked like he was getting back to his normal self.
Yeah, right.
And having Barkley in there is an important dynamic to the team. A lot of people don't realize that. Like in Giants Twitter land, like people are like, well, you know, the offense looked great. It's time for Tyrod Taylor to be the starter. And I was
Like,
like, slow down a
come
minute,
down.
slow
It's
down,
one
slow
game,
down, slow down. I'm like,
and he didn't
they have
even
Barkley.
really
Yeah,
score a
but they have
touchdown.
Barkley in the
Guys.
game,
Yeah.
and Barkley makes teams have 8 or 9 in the box. So that just opens things up automatically. I also think that the offensive line played their best game of the year without Andrew Thomas. As crazy as that is to say,
Mm-hmm.
they played their best game of the year without Thomas, without their best offensive lineman. And when Azuda went down, like I find it quite interesting that they played better in the second half than they did the first, and they had another injury.
Yeah.
So, but it looks like to me Pugh added some stability to the offensive line a little bit at least. And to me, it seemed like Taylor had more time to throw than Jones has had all season.
Right. He did. He definitely had more time in the pocket than
So, like, you remember
and
those?
he wasn't running for his life half of the game.
Yeah, some of it he was. I mean, they only gave up 3 sacks, but I think that the offensive line is slowly, steadily improving. But there was
I
like
was gonna say
they're gonna have
three.
like their 6th or 7th offensive line group that they had last week. So that's like ridiculous in the season so far.
Well,
Yeah,
at least it's an improvement from 11 sacks.
yeah,
So
it definitely is. And
yeah,
like I said,
big
I
improvement.
actually think, like I said, I think Evan Neal played well last week. He
Mm-hmm.
only gave up 1 QB hit, 2 hurries, and 2 pressures. For him, that's good. For Evan Neal, that's good. That's not perfect, but for Evan Neal,
But it's an improvement.
that's
Yeah.
pretty solid for him, I think. So there are some positives here. Up, Scott
Well,
Northrup, is
yeah,
Waller ever going to break out?
that's what we're
I mean,
looking for, bro.
I don't know, Scott. Darren Waller, I'm kind of disappointed in. Also, I do understand that they're having a lot of trouble protecting the quarterback. But I think Kafka needs to be a little more creative getting the ball to Waller.
Yeah,
Like, I don't care if it's
because they're looking for it.
yeah, but also you have to realize that Jones has had a tendency to stare him down a bit and force the ball to Waller. And I would like Waller to break out. It would be nice. This could be a game he does it. Um, I think Washington is a good front. I think there's going to be some opportunities there, but obviously with Taylor in there, is he going to make him his favorite target? Is he going to throw to him a lot? But I'm a little disappointed with Waller. I need to see more from Waller,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought we would see more. Like if you can't protect Jones for 2 seconds, then just throw the ball to Waller quickly. I mean, I would just like them to see him do something because he's supposed to be our number one weapon, and he's been pretty much healthy.
And yeah, and not a factor in the game.
Yeah, I think that in a couple of games he's played well. I think he had a couple of big plays last game, but he's not been that red zone threat. We have hardly been in the red zone.
Right.
The Giants
Yeah.
have hardly been in the red zone. It's just unbelievable that they had less weapons. Scott says 100%. They had less weapons last year, and they were in the red zone way more and way more efficient in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I think that if they were fully healthy, if their offensive line was playing better, I do think they'd maybe have another win. Maybe they'd be a
Last year
little
we
bit
dealt
better.
with. Think of all the injuries last year. Like half of our
Yep.
team was out injured last year, and they played better than they do this year with majority of the team being healthy. Like
Yeah.
we do have injuries, but nothing like there was last year.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's like, I'm looking at the injury report now, and there's still like 15 guys on there. But
Jesus
you have
Christ.
Parrott that's out, Schmitz is out, Thomas is out. Barkley's going to play. Gano played. Let's see. Evan Neal didn't practice Friday, but I think he's going to play. He wasn't ruled out.
Because his was his ankle, right? What's Schmidt's? His shoulder, sis? Please.
Your brother says, sis, please get off dial-up internet.
I don't have dial-up internet. Oh, God. I'm telling Mom.
I think it's just your. I mean, you're fine to me.
Is my sound off?
Your sound is fine.
Oh, then what's it doing?
You're lagging a little bit, but other than that, you're fine. Sometimes it works if I leave and come back. That's how it works for me. But you've been all right. Your sound is fine.
Yeah, he's just an ass.
I mean, for Washington, you have Kendall Fuller didn't practice. It looks like everybody else is going to practice. So a couple more things last week. The Bills game, the most impressive thing was the defense. I thought Okirike played outstanding. It looks like Okirike is finally starting to get this defense, and I really, really liked the way he played. I thought he had a really good game. I thought the defense played well. It's just a shame the offense could not do enough this time again. And that's how I feel in a couple of games this year. The offense really let them down because the defense would get a stop and the offense would fail to score, and that's been like a recurring theme. It's like the Joe Judge Giants. Scott says I'm shaking. Is Evan boycotting again? No, Evan had to work. Actually, he got called into work this morning.
Aww.
Yep, at like 7 or 8 o'clock. So Evan said he will be checking in and checking us out a little bit. But no, Evan is not boycotting, even though he's not.
Even though he went on his rant.
Yeah, everyone has their rants. Me, I have them in spurts, and then a day or so I get over it and move on.
Right.
I try to take the positives from the game. Hopefully forget about the negatives.
Sometimes they're hard to forget.
Like there's certain Giants things that are seared into your brain that you'll never forget. Another person I thought has been playing well is Cordell Flott. I think he's been playing well. A lot of people were up and down on him, but I think he's playing. He was having a really bad season this season. Adoree Jackson.
Yeah, he hasn't made an impact on anything.
Adoree Jackson was probably one of our best players on defense last year. This year, he looks lost this year. I'm glad that they took Banks and Hawkins.
Still under Wink. Like you would think, you did so well last year. It's the same. You would think it's the same defensive scheme. Like, what are you not getting?
I don't know. He just hasn't performed well. He hasn't played well overall, I think. But yeah, can you not lower your head and hit someone with the crown of your helmet? Because that's how he got hurt.
I don't think that's advised.
Stop doing that. That was very dangerous. He's very lucky he wasn't seriously hurt.
Yeah.
He is questionable. But he also had a neck thing too. That's why you don't want to lower the crown of your helmet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Silly.
But yeah, like I said, I thought you had some positives last week. The offensive line played a little better. That's what you want to see. Who knows what group we're going to have out there? Probably, I would assume it's going to be the same group that started the last game with Azudu Pugh, Bredesen, and then you have McKeithen and Neal. So I assume that's how it's going to be. Let's see.
Well, hopefully they can play as good as they did last week on defense.
Life Wizilla says, I'd like to see the Giants blend Matt Breida with Barkley more often in games. Danny and Stacy. It keeps the defense honest, in my opinion, when they don't know what you're throwing at them. That's been a problem for the Giants this year. Their offense has been very predictable.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of teams have watched the film from last year, and the Giants are trying to pull off the same type of stuff. And when their offensive line is having such deficiencies, you can't run that. And what they did last week is they ran the quick game, I noticed. They spread the Bills out, got rid of the ball fast, and you have to do the same with DJ, unfortunately. And Kafka just didn't want to do that. He just didn't want to do it. It's almost like that. I definitely think they simplified the offense a little bit last week. And it seemed like they were just trying to get the ball out fast. You know, take what the defense could get the ball out quick, get the ball out quick. Those
Trying
deep
to get
shots
it
that,
in the end zone.
yep, those deep
But
shots that Taylor threw to Slayton, Jones will throw those every time. You know, like that's a throw that he threw a lot last year. If you give him that type of protection where he could step up into the throw, he'll be able to make the throw.
right, he's got to be able to, more than 2 seconds to be able to scan the field.
And the thing is, Tyrod Taylor had more than 2 seconds to scan the field. He definitely had more than 2 seconds this time. A couple of plays, obviously, is the first half was a little rough, but the second half they started to get the hang of it. But I think another reason Tyrod Taylor looked good, he's experienced. He's an experienced quarterback. He's not all worldly or nothing, but he's got a good deep ball. You give him time, he can make the throws. It's just the decision making like that at the end of the half, checking into a run.
Brutal.
A couple of times he missed Wan'Dale Robinson wide open on a big third down play. But that's, like I said, I think it's basically the same with him or DJ. And I think a lot of it has to do with having Barkley in the game and your offensive line playing well. Offensive line plays well, and Barkley's in the game. You can run the ball effectively. The Giants' offense works. They can't be one-dimensional like some teams can. Some teams could just throw the ball.
Yeah.
Some teams could just throw. Like the Chiefs could keep throwing the ball.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like Mahomes to Kelsey.
Yeah,
like,
we can't do that. No. The Giants have to have some balance, as Life with Zilla says. Life with Zilla says, you watch Notre Dame games, then you understand what I mean. They usually run a terrific blend of running backs, and it's always effective. Yeah, I think you need to run the ball regardless, and you need to stick with the run just to have some balance. And what's happened in a lot of the games this year is that the Giants will get down the game, and the teams will know, all right, they're gonna throw the ball, right? So they pin their ears back, and then when you have Barkley in there, I'm not worried about the Giants' run game as an opponent. I'm not as worried about Breida or someone else. But if it's Barkley back there, I'm going to do my best to stop him and slow him down, which will open up things in the offense. And that's what I hope. That's what I'm hoping. For this game coming up today, is that the Giants could run the ball, Barkley could get going, and you run off the play action. And that's what I would rather the Giants do. Establish your run first, and then throw the ball off of your running game. I don't think it's going to work the other way around. I think the Giants early in the year have tried that, tried to throw. But I still think they're more of a running team than a passing team. And with Tyrod Taylor, that's what I want to do. I want to run the ball, and I want Taylor throwing the ball 40 times in this game. I want him throwing like 25.
And Tyrod can use his legs too.
He can use his legs, and that's the other advantage. And I would like them to move the pocket also. I'd like Kafka to move the pocket. That's something they did with DJ last year. If your offensive line is struggling, you can roll out and move the pocket and give him some more time. But I'm interested to see if the offensive line plays a little bit better this time and builds upon what they did last week. 1 second. It says, with our terrible O-line, no one is scared of our running game. What team is Scott's team?
The Giants.
Ours? Okay. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if you agree, Scott. Like, I think the offensive line was better last week. I didn't think it would be. It's not where it needs to be, but I see slow improvement. And the guy I'm looking at is Evan Neal. That's I think he's played a little bit better. Scott says, "What the f? What the f? What?"
I don't know what the fuck what is he? Hey.
I'm telling you, the offensive line did play better last game. Some people don't believe me. Some Giant fans don't believe me. They think there's no improvement whatsoever. But The problem is their red zone. Their red zone offense is horrible.
Yeah, it sucks.
So
I mean, we had how many
I'm
field
wondering,
goals?
Scott, what
4?
the F comment was for.
I know, that's what I'm wondering too. Are you drinking already, bro?
He says, "Of course I'm a Giants fan." Well, I don't know. Like, I've never met you before, Scott. I don't know. I was just
You're lucky,
verifying.
Dan. You are so lucky. Be thankful. Yes, there we
F the
go.
Cowgirls. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But I don't know. Brothers and sisters are
Where's
always fans of
Spencer?
the same team. And like, I don't know.
He doesn't have nothing to say about that.
But I want to know if Scott agrees if the offensive lines looked a little better. Little bit. Little bit. I'll take anything right now.
Right? Just anything, please. Give us a glimmer of hope.
Yep. Gonna do our sponsors real quick, and then we're gonna move on to previewing the Commanders game. Man, I hate calling them the Commanders.
I know. It's the fucking Redskins, man.
All right. I'm gonna do the sponsors real quick. Monkey Call Coffee, the evolution of flavor-infused coffee. They have three flavors at the moment: a bourbon chocolate chip, a toasted coconut rum, and also their new organic blend, Peru with a Florida. They make excellent flavors. They make excellent product. They use the promo code OTB Sports at the checkout at monkeycoldcoffee.com. Get 10% off your order. Once again, Monkey Cold Coffee, the evolution of flavor-infused coffee. They have mugs, t-shirts, travel mugs, cold brew maker, all kinds of stuff. So check them out today and get your favorite flavor of coffee for your mornings to start your day. When you're hurt, 123, attorney Big Al, Jason Fine. If you ever have a motor vehicle accident with slip and fall, workers' compensation, personal injury claims, give them a call. They have 3 locations in the Philadelphia, PA area, the Cherry Hill, New Jersey area, and the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. Once again, if you ever throw your TV out the window because you're watching the Giants and you kill someone's windshield, give 1-800-123 a call again, and they will help you out with any of your legal needs. Dugout Mugs, the ultimate dugout game day mug for any baseball fan. Use the promo code OTB Sports 20 for 20% off for your order at dugoutmugs.com. My team is not in anymore, but also you can get any kind of logo you want for any team, any Major League Baseball team, our League Baseball team. Once again, use the promo code OTB Sports 20 at the checkout at dugoutmugs.com to get 20% off your order. Yeah, I've never been one to throw my TV.
No.
or throw something off
or
at
throw
my
something
TV.
at it. Like, I mean, I've gotten mad, but I'm not mad enough to beat up my stuff. That's just silly.
Absolutely not. Yeah, like destroy a whole room or something like that. I'm convinced that some of those are just to get like views or something like that. You know, oh, I got a brand new TV. I'm gonna smash mine and pretend I was mad. You know.
And it's, you know what's funny is it's usually a Cowgirls fan doing that.
Yeah. I hope they're doing that in
today.
the playoffs again.
Oh,
I know
they're on a bye week. I forgot.
All right, well, on to the Washington Commanders game.
Redskins.
Do a little preview here. What are your thoughts on this game, besides just win?
Well, I mean, I think this is a winnable game. I definitely do. And like I said, this is basically, it's a must win. If we're going to turn this season around, we have to win this game today, even if it's just to give our team some confidence that, you know, hey, we can win. Yeah. You know, we're not a big old heaping pile of shit. We can actually win a game.
Yeah, I think that I do think it's a winnable game. I agree with that. I do think the Commanders are a little bit better than we are. I just think they play more consistent. They are 3-3, so that's better than us. Obviously, they've done a little bit more. Hal has been up and down, I would say. They've given up 34 sacks so far. So what I want to do is I want to get to Sam Howell. I want to pressure him.
I would say
Be,
hopefully we can tack on to those
yeah,
number of sacks.
and finish the job, finish the sack
Oh,
for once.
oh my
You know,
God.
because Thibodeau had
He
Allen,
had Allen, and then
and
it was like he rolled him over and was like, "Here you
and
go."
Allen's like so strong, and he just like just slipped out of
He's
his arms, and he
slippery.
completed like a 15-yard pass to like Diggs or something like that. Like, you gotta finish those tackles, man. Like that's just
Yeah.
killing us. Um, Valves BTW. Hey, what's up? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey.
What's going on? Who was your team? Valves BTW. Just so I could address you the right way. About football. I'm like, what? I'm not a fan of that team. What are you doing? But the Commanders last week they beat the Falcons. But they
It's
played
the
the
Falcons.
Eagles really tough. Lost the heartbreaker to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Um, they've had some games like us. Like they had a crazy comeback versus the Commanders. We had one versus Arizona. Um, they got killed by the Bills, crushed by the Bills,
Oh yeah.
37-3, and that's how it's been for them. Some games Hal plays well and they play well. Other games they play horrible and get killed, and that's kind of how it has been for us. I mean, I think we've got our ass kicked more, but I think that with the Commanders, you got to look out for the running game. Hal could run with his legs. And it seems to be a problem the Giants have had is pursuing quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
What we just spoke about. Um, they have good weapons. They have good receivers. So the defense is going to have to play well, and I'm hoping the defense plays like they did versus the Bills.
Yeah.
If they
Oh
can play
God. Yeah.
well, and hopefully, I'm hoping Barkley could have a good game like he does usually versus Washington. And if we can get a win here, that would be nice. It would just be nice to be in the win column. Yeah,
Especially a
it,
divisional win. I mean,
exactly.
we
Yeah,
need a divisional
exactly.
win.
So, and then we'll be what? We'll be what
1 and
in the
1.
division. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
not under
We'll still
500,
be in
but
the bottom of our division, but
that's okay. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. If you could have gotten the win in Buffalo, you'd be 2-4. You'd be on your way back a little bit, but it's gonna be tough. I mean, they have the Commanders. I mean, for the Giants, they have the Commanders, the Jets, the Raiders, a winnable game, and the Cowboys again. So the Jets are going to be tough because their defense is tough, but I think these 3 games are winnable. But I
yeah.
think the Jets game is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, that's going to be, yeah.
The Jets defense
Oh,
is
where's
really good.
Eileen? Hold on, I'm waiting for Eileen to pop up. You
She
just
will be
mentioned her
here
beloved Jets.
shortly. That's probably the toughest game of the next 4. They have the Commanders, the Jets, the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Commanders, the Patriots, the Packers, the Saints.
When do we play the Eagles?
We play the Eagles
What are we playing them back-to-back weeks?
December 25th, Christmas.
And then we got to play them twice.
Then we play the Rams, and then we play them the last game of the year, the Eagles.
Yeah.
Eagles, Rams, Eagles. Last 3. Life would says the Giants can realistically win their next 3 games. I agree, Dan. That's what I'm thinking. I think that obviously you want to get players back, but if their offensive line can continue to improve and their defense plays like they did last week, they'll have a chance to win these games. They'll have a chance to win the Jet game because the Jets' offense is unpredictable. The Jets' offense, I don't know, they can't score a lot of points like us.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be like a field goal game.
So, speaking of the Jets, realistically, when do you? Because you see, Rodgers is talking about like he was on the sidelines last week throwing the ball. He's talking about he's coming back. Realistically, do you think he can come back before the end of the season?
No.
I
do
don't
not think realistically he's coming back.
No, not unless he wants to.
When did he tear his Achilles? What is it? October 22nd, 23rd?
No, that was the first.
Like almost 2 months in, a month and a half.
The first week, yeah, like
6 weeks. I don't know about that. Unless there's like some revolutionary kind of surgery, or he didn't totally tear, or he didn't totally tear it.
Hey, maybe he went on another dark retreat.
Well, I thought, well, did he totally tear his Achilles?
I don't know.
That makes a difference because you could tear it or rupture it.
Yeah,
There's
like
two
my
different
daughter,
injuries.
she didn't tear it all the way. Like at first,
Hmm.
one guy wanted to do surgery. The other
Yeah,
guy's like, she doesn't need surgery. She just needs to wear a knee brace when she's playing softball. So
if it's that,
we had no
maybe, but
surgery.
I don't see him coming back this year. I really don't. To be honest, I don't. I know he would like to,
And he's
but
getting up the hopes of all Jets fans
it would
everywhere.
be quite crazy if he did. It would be quite insane.
Hmm.
Not that it's not possible, but I would be quite shocked if he played again this season. They would have to be in the Super Bowl or something. Is my that
Right?
like
Like bring him back
like
in for the Super
yeah,
Bowl.
like it would have
Sorry,
to be like
Zach, you're
yeah.
out.
Well, I'm just saying like it would have to be like something like that. Not in the regular season. It'd have to be something like that. But like, who comes back from Achilles that fast? Like in a half a year? I
Right.
less than a half a year? I don't know about that.
And he's not, young. It's not like he's a 20 something and
It's like
they
almost
usually heal
40, isn't he?
faster. Yeah. Like
39,
sit
40?
down, old man.
If it was some other kind of injury, like he broke his ankle or broke his leg, if it wasn't like his Achilles or a ligament, then I'd say, yeah, he'd be back, right? But that's a really tough injury, and you got a plant on that foot.
Hmm.
Yeah. But all I know is if he does come back and you're getting sacked, go down.
Yeah.
Don't try to run
Don't
out of a
even
sack or
yeah, don't
escape a
even
sack. You ain't
yeah,
doing that no more.
just sit down. Just be like, you got me. Please don't hit me.
But like I said, I think Leverkusen is right. The Giants could realistically win their next three.
Hmm.
Like say they did, they'd be 4-5. You lose to the Cowboys, you'd be 4-6. You got the Commanders, the Patriots, and the Packers.
The Patriots,
Anything is possible. The Patriots, I don't know, but they're beatable.
yeah,
Like
most
all
certainly.
the Commanders twice, the Jets, the Raiders, the Cowboys. I don't think they're beating the Cowboys. The Packers, the Saints. I think they're all winnable games.
Hmm.
Let's see. Love says healthy or not, Rodgers would have made a huge difference in my opinion. I agree with that. I think the Jets would have a winning record right now.
She said wouldn't have made a huge.
Oh, wouldn't. Hold on. I apologize. Well, I know why, because their offensive line sucks. Because he'd probably be running for his life also, like Wilson has.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that Zach might be a little faster.
Zach is definitely faster. I was thinking of that. Their offensive line is pretty bad, actually. So I misread that comment. I apologize. It is pretty bad. And man, like,
But they beat the Eagles, man.
oh yeah. Love Brazil says she. Yeah, this is Bo.
Oh, hi, he. Sorry.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
we did not mean to misgender you. Please
Yep.
don't cancel us.
Yep. Yeah. Bo is a Vikings fan.
Oh, sorry, Bo.
Are they playing in prime time this week? No, I forget. But like I said, but back to the Washington game. We'll worry about the Jets next week.
Yeah.
If we get a win today, I will care more. If they lose, it's NFL draft time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. I mean,
And
we'll be
people are going to be like,
1-6. Like, how are we going to turn that around?
2-5? Why would you be happy about being 2-5? I'm like, well, because their schedule gets a little easier. I don't know. Maybe by some miracle they can get close to 500. If they could somehow win 7 games this year, I don't think that's bad. Now I would like more, but they're gonna have to win most of these games in the middle here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
Monday
true.
night they play. Yep, they host the 49ers.
Ooh.
Kirk
Well, I don't
Cousins in
know.
prime time. I don't know.
I see oh my God, McCaffrey is still, he's questionable.
I still think the
And
Vikings are and Debo Samuel.
yeah, Debo Samuel's out, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to keep him out, even if he could come back. You want him for the playoffs. Like he's a weapon they're gonna need. I picked the 49ers. Says the Giants could win maybe 6 or 7 games. I think so. Obviously, it has to do with them playing well. But unfortunately, you had to play two of the best defenses in the NFL the first 3 weeks, and the Bills are also good. Like those are three legit possible NFC East championship teams. Let's see. Bo says Samuels is out
Weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, I think they're good enough and they're talented enough where they could stay afloat until he comes back. As long as they have most of their guys, their defense is all right.
Purdy did not look
Yes.
his normal. So don't let Bo fool you.
Eileen says, "Don't let Bo fool you. He's become a Cowboys fan since he moved to Texas." Yeah, he lives real close to Dallas. Like
that's
really
how.
close.
That's I'm in Louisville, so I'm real close to. I'm about 20 minutes north of Dallas.
Yeah, where's Bo? He's in what is it called?
Come on, Bo, where you at?
A long ass name. It's south of Dallas. McCaffrey's out. As far as I know, he's out. I think. Could be a game time decision. I haven't looked.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Hey,
Eileen finally woke up. Make us breakfast, woman. Huh. MCM is questionable, Scott. I would guess a game time decision for McCaffrey. I think even if he's dynamic, even if they didn't have him, I think their offense would still be okay. But yeah, for that game, Bo, it's all about how's Kirk Cousins going to play, and the Vikings are not as good as they were. Scott says, "What do you think of Mason as his backup? Are you I assume you're talking about the Vikings, Scott." Yeah, I'm typically not following other teams and like the status of their backups and everything like that. Oh, the Niners. I think it's interesting. I don't think he's going to play, but I do think it's interesting. I don't know much about him. Life Wizilla says, "It's a primetime game against a really good defense, Danny. Kirk is in trouble." That's kind of what I thought. That's what I was thinking. He might. It might be bad. It might be bad for him. I got something for Eileen says McCaffrey will play. Yeah, it's less than 2 hours before game time, so all the guys that are questionable are being confirmed in the next by now. I think it's like 11 a.m. or something like that. Hold on a second. But yeah, for the Commanders game, I'm looking for a close game between Washington and the Giants. I'm thinking maybe in the 20s. I don't think either team scores 30. For Washington, you never know with the hold on a second. McCaffrey's going to play, by the way, Stacy.
He is?
Yeah, it was confirmed. I'll make everyone French toast and bacon. Just bacon for me. Just a whole plate of bacon. I'm dead serious. I love bacon. McCaffrey will most likely play. He won't be 100% though. Personally, I think the 49ers are foolish for playing him. I wouldn't play him. I mean, they're in a really good position. They're a good team. They
don't lose him for the season.
And I think he might be limited though. It's possible. But if you don't got to play him, if you're the 49ers, it's not like necessary exactly. Yeah, you want to win football games, but You want to stay healthy. You're going to need both of those guys. You need Debo Samuel and McCaffrey
Mm-hmm.
if you want to win a Super Bowl. Without them, it's not happening. I don't think. As good as Purdy plays, I don't think it's going to happen without him.
He didn't look so hot last week. He looked like he forgot what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was kind of running around clueless out there, and it was like it which was not normal for him. So it was kind of shocking. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen, but for our game, I'm assuming Jones is not going to play. I haven't looked at the injury report. I haven't looked at the.
It just came up on my phone.
That's my guess. He's not going to play. If he does, I'd be shocked. And all the Giants are like, "What the hell? Why isn't Tyrod Taylor playing? The team looked better than they looked all season." I'm like, well, there's other factors that contribute to that. There's a friend of mine that says that. He always asks me,
Oh,
"Is that a
Jones
factor?"
is inactive for today.
He's inactive. Okay, I thought so.
Yep.
That's probably the
Yeah,
smart play. Even if he could play, that's probably the smart thing. But they haven't
Jones,
really shut him down.
Jackson, Schmidt, Neal, Pert, Thomas, and Riley are all inactive for today.
Yeah. Oh, that's the rookie, I think, the defensive
Riley?
tackle. Yeah.
Yeah, defensive tackle.
Jordan Riley. I expected Parrott.
Well, Evan Neal's out too.
Is Evan Neal out?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Trey Phillips will play over there. He's definitely a tackle. And he played good for Thomas last year. Azudu's playing, I think. I think maybe they'll put Phillips at left tackle. I want to see where they're going to put Phillips, if they're going to play him or not. Because I don't know when the last time he played. He was on the Eagles practice squad. And Trey Phillips said he's a better O-lineman now than he was last year. So I'm very interested to see how the offensive line performs. I'm going to be looking at Neal. I'm hoping the defense can play another good game, and hopefully last game gives them some confidence to play well.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to look out. Washington has good running backs. They have good receivers. I'm interested to see how Howell plays. They have to get pressure on Howell. Him getting sacked 34 times this year. That's something. I need Thibodeau to have a big game today.
Oh, most certainly.
I need
Complete the tackle.
That
was drilled into his head all week.
And if we force some turnovers, score some points. I'm interested to see if they're going to keep it simple. But me in this game, I want to get Barkley going. I want to get the run game going. I want Barkley to have a big game this game. Mm-hmm. That way I can get him in a rhythm and get the offensive line in a rhythm for the run game at least. And, see, and then going into next week, you're going to need Barkley to have a big game next week. Because that defense that we're going against the Jets next week is going to be tough, man. Like, that front is tough.
Is next week considered a home game for us or an away game?
It is considered away.
So they'll have the dang Jets logo on the field?
Yep. Eileen says, I wonder if we will see a lot more run chances. I think the Giants are going to run the ball a lot. In the games versus Washington, seem to be the games where Barkley has his best games. And I think they really need to establish the run. And that's something I'm looking to do. And you're going to have 8-9 in the box. So I want to establish a run and run play action off of that. Without running the ball effectively, you're not going to run that play action rollout, that bootleg stuff that they run. Don't run the push play. I don't want to see it at all. Ugh. We'll lose another offensive lineman probably.
Yeah.
That's why Schmitz is still hurt. I was going
to say, that's what Schmitz is out with his shoulder.
Still.
That's what, 3 weeks now?
More, like 3 or 4, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that play. I hate that push play. But
it's so stupid. The tush push.
Yep. I'm going to go over our schedule real quick, and then we will close it out, and hopefully the Giants can get a win here. I've got something here for everybody at Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. We're at Big Blue Power Hour, 11 a.m. every Sunday. Tomorrow I will be live with Evan on Joystick Junkies at 4:30. Got Sully Squad at 5:30. Cowboys pregame, postgame. Tuesdays, gonna have the New York Rangers on the ice. I'm gonna be reviewing the week for the Rangers. They had a real good game last night. Commanders Gridiron at 6:30. Like I said, we got something for everybody. Some football shows, some baseball, wrestling. So it's good. Check us here at Box Sports. We got something for everybody. A couple comments here. No,
we just need to win, Eileen.
I mean, the keys to winning this game is the offensive line playing well, the offensive line being efficient in the red zone when they get there, their defense playing a solid football game, and I think that Barkley having a big game is key. Hold on, buddy. My cat's meowing at me. Go
Hey,
Big Blue,
Ken.
Ken says. Thank you very much. Good luck to your Raiders. I think they're going to need it.
The Raiders.
I didn't know who to pick in that game. Ken Francis, go Tyrod. I'm a Danny Downs fan, but Tyrod's career has been full of downs. Time for that to change. Yeah, if they can protect him. If he doesn't get his head ripped off back there. I know that people were saying he's been pressured the same amount as DJ has this year, but no, he hasn't faced. Fortunately for him, the offensive line played a little bit better last game, but I hope they don't go and play a game like they did versus Dallas or versus Seattle.
I don't even think they showed up for that Dallas game.
And since then, I think their offensive line has improved a bit, but they've had like 2 or 3 different groups out there. So
hopefully we're going to find the right combination today.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Phillips is going to play. I'm leaving Neal at right tackle. I think he's been a little bit better.
He's out for today.
No, Neal. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I apologize. So I suspect you're going to see Phillips at right
is probably
tackle.
Going to have to play.
And Zudu at left tackle, and Pugh at guard, and Bredesen at center, and McKeithen at right guard. I think that's probably the combination you're going to see today. And I do think the defense will play well. They've really been stuck on the field in a lot of games this year. But I want the offense to not let them down. If the defense is going to keep playing well, I want the offense to score some points. Give the defense a little help. Don't go 3 and out. Go 3 and out. So I'm very interested to see how, with Tyrod Taylor playing a second week in a row, what their offensive is like. Is it going to be like it was last week? Is it going to be predominantly run the ball a lot and be successful at that? Or are they going to not be able to run the ball and then have to throw? And I hope that's not the case today.
I hope they're able to run the ball with Saquon.
Yeah, so do I. I think they will be able to. You just got to commit to that. And they can run block. They are good at that. I like that. I like some of the play calls, but stick with the run. Don't run the ball and then not run the ball. I don't. I think having Tyrod tell you got to be able to run the ball well. And I'm going to see I see Barkley probably building off how he was late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be able to tell early on. But me, I want to run the ball and make this a game where I'm, sustaining drives and scoring points.
Yes, like touchdowns.
Ken Fry says run. I'll take like 8 field goals if we give up like 3 points.
Right.
Right. At least we got a good field goal kicker. At least we know our field goal kicker can score. Our offense, I don't know. But do you see the Giants winning today?
Yes. Well, of course I see the Giants winning every weekend.
Yeah.
Even though I've been wrong 5 out of 6 times this year. But again, I'm going to be positive and say, yes, we are going to get a win today.
Yeah, I picked against them versus Miami. Picked against them again, so I'm going to pick them this time. I'm going to say 21-17 Giants. It's going to be a low-scoring game.
I'm saying 20-24 Giants.
All right. Well, hopefully they get a win today. Hopefully we have no more injuries and we can stay healthy. It seems like they're dropping like flies again. We're one of the most injured teams in the league again.
Story of our lives.
But thank you for everybody for joining us on Big Blue Power Hour. We will be back next Sunday. Ken Fry says 17-13 G-Men. I can see that, being that the offenses struggle sometimes. The Giants' offense struggles way more. What's up? Just got out of church today. I
Thank
prayed
you,
for your team
Spencer.
today, Paul says. Let's hope he doesn't get
We
crushed.
need all the prayers we can get.
Ken Fry says, great show. Great show. Thank you very much for checking us
Thanks,
out.
guys.
Paul Spencer says, Commanders 23, Giants 15. Bo is the opposite, 24-16 Giants.
I like
when's the
Bo's
last time he
answer.
scored 24 points? Oh, yeah, in the second half versus Arizona.
Yeah, I mean,
And
we
I
can
even
do
can't
it.
get 20 in a whole
We
half.
scored 31.
The whole game. All right, everybody. Thank you everybody for joining us. We'll see you next week. And go Big Blue.
Go Big Blue.
Let's beat those Commanders.